Welcome to the start of my Dragon Age Origins Let's Play from an RP perspective. And once this game is finished, I'll continue on with Dragon Age 2, which I own and have... I guess I have to get some of the last DLC, which I've never played through. Yeah, and then Dragon Age Inquisition comes out this October of 2014, and currently it's June 21st, 2014. So, yeah, I'm gonna have to rush to get a lot of these videos out every day. So, plan to make them in 20-minute bite-sized versions. And what I said from RP perspective, I'm going to be playing and making decisions from that perspective. I'm not going to be making any funny voices. I was listening to somebody who was doing a kind of like a Nordic-type Skyrim voice when they were doing their Skyrim role-playing. But I don't... It was a neat voice, but, you know, I don't want to do that. I played too many Dungeons & Dragons games where about the first thing everyone says is no voices in playing with pen and paper, the pen and paper game. So, yeah, I just don't want to sound silly. So, no, I'm not taking it that far, but I have background for the character, and it's simple. It doesn't take that long of a description, and with Dragon Age Origins, you actually get to see his origins, so not much needs to be said. Okay, so here's the paper. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So what I've done, I've taken about seven traits, 6 traits actually, from Crusader Kings 2, and they have every character in that game, which there's thousands of them. It's all randomized after the first ones die off. And they all have their traits, and it contributes to their personality and what they're capable of and how good they are at certain things. And how well they're liked and how well they're disliked. So, I am going to start with a warrior. I think it's called a warrior in here. Okay, so I also have Awakening. I forgot about that. That's going to add some hours. I have all the DSC for this game, except for the version where you play the gift version, and where you play from, what are they called? The Darkspawn perspective. So here's a trailer I think comes first, and I'm going to show that right now. Not the trailer, sorry, the beginning of the game video, the intro vid.
The Chantry teaches us that it is the hubris of men which brought the Darkspawn into our world. The mages had sought to usurp heaven, but instead they destroyed it. They were cast out, twisted and cursed by their own corruption. They returned as monsters, the first of the Darkspawn. They became a blight upon the lands, unstoppable and relentless. The Dwarven kingdoms were the first to fall, and from the deep roads, the Darkspawn drove at us again and again, until finally we neared annihilation. Until the Grey Wardens came. Men and women from every race, warriors and mages, barbarians and kings. The Grey Wardens sacrificed everything to stem the tide of darkness, and prevailed. It has been 4 centuries since that victory, and we have kept our vigil. We have watched and waited for the Darkspawn to return. But those who once called us heroes have forgotten. We are few now, and our warnings have been ignored for too long. It may even be too late. For I have seen with my own eyes what lies on the horizon. Maker, help us all.
Okay, so I'm going to put together my character, and I guess I'll fast forward it to show you what I end up with. I want to go male, race human. I want to be noble. You really human noble. My guy is going to be, yeah, he's going to be aiming high. So I'm going to pause it right here for a second. I have something to deal with, and I'll be right back. And it will be.
I have lost the spell.
How do you do?
Greetings.
Greetings.
Charmed, I'm sure.
Greetings.
Ah, my spell!
Greetings. I have lost the spell.
How do you do?
Damn! Lost the spell!
Greetings. Well, that didn't work. I need some other attack.
Greetings. I've lost my concentration! This weapon does nothing! Excuse me.
Greetings. No, it is gone. I must try another tactic. Excuse me. Till we meet again.
Okay, I think I'll go with this. Put my stats in. Well, start off a lot of strength. Willpower. No. Go down to willpower, please. There we go. Mental fortitude with high willpower. Mages can cast more spells. I know that. For rogues and warriors, willpower grants more stamina for combat techniques and special attacks. And cunning, I don't really think cunning is of any use to a warrior. Constitution, obviously. Willpower will help as well. And I think that, I mean, obviously magic and cunning aren't handy for me. So I think that I'll go with that. Okay. Gives me 1 point to spend on something, and I probably should put it into expert combat training. Get that out of the way with. It's first season soldier, obviously. You gain a bonus to attack, and you get access to 3rd tier weapon talents, so I'll go with that. And now this is for, so I want to go dual wield. Let's go over the attributes of this guy that I have for his personality before I choose this. So I'm going to make him kind of like Ned Stark in a way, but more ambitious. So he's going to be honest, he's going to be just, charitable, humble, which means religious in this respect. He's also going to be socially competent, gregarious, befitting his station, of course, because he is a human noble right below the king. He would be considered like a duke. And he's going to be practiced with dual wielding, which is dual weapon training. So start there. Can you automatically go? No, you cannot. You acquire 16 dex. Dual striking, dual weapon sweep. Now there was one that was useless but helpful in the beginning. Okay, so this mode, once a mode, because it takes up a certain amount of your, I guess it's stamina. Maybe it's based on your willpower. Attacks with both weapons simultaneously. I'm gonna want this, and then I think even before I leave the starting area, I get 1 or 2 levels, so I can grab more. But this is just a mode. It's not an actual way of fighting. It's not like a hotkey attack. It's just a mode to go into, which... Okay, so we got that, and hope to God my son's screaming upstairs is not... We're just going to go with normal. Not getting into the video.
For generations, your family, the Kuzlans, has stewarded the lands of Highever, earning the loyalty of your people with justice and temperance. When your country was occupied by the Orlesian Empire, your father and grandfather served the embattled kings of your land. Today, your elder brother takes up House Kuzlan's banner in service to the crown, not against the men of Orlais, but against the bestial darkspawn rising in the south.
I trust then that your troops will be here shortly.
I expect they will start arriving tonight, and we can march tomorrow. I apologize for the delay, my lord. This is entirely my fault.
No. The appearance of the Darkspawn in the south has us all scrambling, doesn't it? I only received the call from the king a few days ago myself. I'll send my eldest off with my men. You and I will ride tomorrow just like the old days.
True. But we both had less grey in our hair then. And we fought Orlesians, not monsters.
At least the smell will be the same. I'm sorry, Pap, I didn't see you there. Hal, you remember my son?
I see he's grown into a fine young man. Pleased to see you again, lad.
Okay, I know the storyline in and out. And if you don't, I'm not going to spoil it as you watch, of course. I'm sure I'm not the only person to do a Let's Play of this on YouTube. I'm probably number 695th or something like that. Who knows? So, okay. Remember the traits that are listed for him. So, obviously he's going to be going through changes. This is his origins. He's young. I don't know how old he is. 18, 20, who knows?
My daughter Delilah asked after you. Perhaps I should bring her next time.
Sorry, I should say what I forgot. I'm used to Mass Effect where your character speaks, so I've just been playing that lately. I said, and you are all hell. My daughter Delilah asked for you. Perhaps I should bring her next time. I'd like that.
Good. She goes on about your prowess as a warrior. I think you have an admirer, young man.
At any rate, Pup, I summoned you for a reason. While your brother and I are both away, I'm leaving you in charge of the castle.
What? Why can't I go into battle with you and Fergus?
I'm certain you'd more than prove yourself, but I am not willing to deal with your mother if you join the war. She'd kill me if I let you go. She's already twisted into knots about Fergus and me going.
If you don't send me, I'll kill you. No, I never tried that. That's not fair. I want to fight.
You'll have your chance soon enough. This is no needless task. I ask you to take a great responsibility. Only a token force is remaining here, and you must keep peace in the region. You know what they say about mice when the cat is away, yes? There's also someone you must meet. Please, show Duncan in.
That's a very interesting way of saluting.
It is an honor to be a guest within your hall, Tyrn Cousland.
Your lordship, you didn't mention that a Grey Warden would be present.
Duncan arrived just recently, unannounced. Is there a problem?
Of course not. But a guest of this stature demands certain protocol. I am at a disadvantage.
We rarely have the pleasure of seeing one in person, that's true. Pup, Brother Aldous taught you who the Grey Wardens are, I hope.
Also, I didn't write this trait down because there was no version of it in the game. He's I kind of model a lot of them after myself, actually. He knows history. He's not a historian, but he's quite familiar with history as well, and that'll come into play shortly. You'll be able to see that. But I'm not going to cheat. I'm going to go off what I can remember, because I haven't played this game in about a year and a half, and I've finished it about 4 times since it came out in 2009. So that was almost 5 years ago. They're an order of great warriors.
They are the heroes of legend, who ended the Blights and saved us all. Duncan is looking for recruits before joining us and his fellow wardens in the south. I believe he's got his eye on Sir Gilmore.
If I might be so bold, I would suggest that your son is also an excellent candidate.
Honor though that might be, this is one of my sons we're talking about.
Okay, I like doing this because it, yeah. Perhaps that would get me into battle.
That discussion is closed.
You did just finish saying that Grey Wardens are heroes, old friend.
I've not so many children that I'll gladly see them all off to battle. Unless you intend to invoke the right of conscription.
Have no fear. While we need as many good recruits as we can find, I've no intention of forcing the issue.
Pup, can you ensure that Duncan's requests are seen to while I'm gone?
Of course.
In the meantime, find Fergus, and tell him to lead the troops to Ostagar ahead of me.
But I'd like to stay and talk to Duncan.
You'll have plenty of time after we're gone. We must discuss the battle plans in the south. Be a good lad and do as I've asked. We'll talk soon.
Yes, he is ambitious, and doesn't want to charge headlong into battle just for the sake of it, but he does want to make a name for himself. Now, that's the intro, and I'm going to leave it here and start up the next video, and yeah, I'll follow along immediately if you're playing from the playlist, so there'll be hardly any delay. Thanks for watching, guys, and don't forget to subscribe.